Hi, have you heard of Accessible India campaign or Sugamya Bharat Abhiyan? You must have heard. You must have seen on the hoardings, on the roads and all. And you must have thought this is just like one of the campaigns of government that government keeps on launching every time. And that is for people with disabilities, Divyangjan. And have you even tried to understand what Sugamya Bharat Abhiyan is or what accessibility actually means and what it means for persons with disabilities? Have you ever given just a thought on it, or you have just seen it and turned your face away from that, or turn your attention away from that? I don't think so. You must have understood about what access is for us, what accessibility is, what accessibility means for millions of people in our country and everywhere in the world. You must have you must have never thought about it. Accessibility is a matter that remains at the back of my mind. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm in deep slumber. I keep on thinking about that, and sometimes inaccessibility haunts me. And I remain angry, frustrated, sad whenever people who are around me, or the government agencies, or the society in which I live as a whole, just do the lip service and talk about it only at the surface level. Each day, I, as a person with disability, have to go through this struggle, a fight for access. And as a country, as a society, we still have such a long way to go. Not only should accessibility be present in all public places, but it is important in all transport system, vehicles, homes, places of entertainment, public parks, even places of worships, hospitals, and each and every situation where things are offered to others. We shouldn't have to compromise with whatever is offered to us in the name of access, should we? And why should we? Why should we be okay with the select few vehicles which we can drive or even ride in? We shouldn't have to miss out marriage functions of our cousins and parties with our friends because they are either ignorant or afraid to make their homes and cars accessible for us, or they don't know how to make accommodations to what's already present. It just seems like a fairy tale or a dream that I'm able to get up and go out without the worry of judgment and being told that accommodations or accessibility is too much for them to handle. They don't know how to do it. We shouldn't have to miss out anything, should we? And why should we? We shouldn't have to find ways to be fine and adjust, even in our own spaces, in our homes. We don't refuse to adapt since we have learned to adapt, but at least provide us with the things that we can adapt to. How would we know that the world and the people around us, or people living in this world, if we have to strictly be the people who have known us our entire lives because other people can't understand the ways in which we need support? We shouldn't have to, but we do. We do, even if it breaks our hearts and little more every day. Deep down, many of us aren't okay with it, but we have to be, because of now there isn't any other choice. Just visualize for a moment that how would you react when a restriction is every time put on the places you go out or want to go, and there are numerous obstacles coming your way when you intend to do certain activities with other people and for yourself, even for eating an ice cream. Think of for a moment if society, sometimes in subtle ways or sometimes directly, told you you have no alternative, just deal with it. Because we don't have the desire or design to take the time or means to involve with you with everyone else. How would you feel that? You cannot even think of the immense amount of efforts it takes us to find remote way to fight for normalcy. that we deserve. And then just visualize for a second the isolation or the level of frustration when people tell you to figure it out or pity for you for feeling in a certain way. It may not seem big, but it's very much present. It's a part of our lives. And these things happen simply due to the lack of access. Until you realize what it means to be debarred, prohibited, or shut out, you won't be able to comprehend the pride we feel within ourselves every day as we fight to set on foot on the goals that society specifies for us and they think they are not important for us or possible for us. Hopefully, one day there will be choices in front of us: which car to buy, which tourist destination to go for vacations, which designer wares to wear, and which dreams to fulfill. It would be only on us. One day we are not left alone in our bedrooms with only basic needs met. A day when people stop putting us in boxes. A day when we are confident to fulfill what we want, confident to check out all the things in our bucket list. Do you know why we hope all this? Because our disabilities don't make us any less than you. I hope someday accessibility legislation will ensure that developers, planners, builders, designers will take wheelchair accessibility seriously and implement the changes on ground, not only on papers for their election manifestos, and ensure that we get our basic right to movement and maneuverability. I hope that day would soon come.